For today's video, I'll be sharing with you on how I transformed egg cartons into an Easter centerpiece that also works as a mini Easter egg hunt for your guest. And if your guests happen to be your children, then they're going to have a grand old time like my children did. They were like vultures. First things first, you're going to cut the containers into groups of 4s. I have 3 containers that I'll be cutting up. Now what I should have done was make the pieces more curve shaped by trimming the edges. This was my first attempt at making something like this, but I still like how it came out though. I can't take credit for this idea. The credit goes to this magazine page that I ripped out. I want to say Good Housekeeping because that was the only magazine I was getting at the time. Theirs looks more elegant while mine looks more whimsical. Yeah, I'm gonna go with whimsical. Whimsical is the word for mine. This part probably isn't necessary, but I wanted to make it where I can place the centerpiece wherever I wanted as one whole piece. So I grabbed some cardboard and I traced a circle where I'll be making my cuts. And now that I made this ghetto, not fabulous cutout, I can start on hot gluing these containers on. Now for the painting. I have this white acrylic paint and I'm going to paint all around the paper containers. So either this part is messy or I'm just a messy person, but by the end of it, the paint was all over my hands. Ta-da! And that is it. Just kidding. Next, for no reason at all, I'm going to use this gold acrylic and paint the middle parts of the containers. And honestly, I think this was like much more prettier in my head and it came out okay, but there was really no going back. Next, I'm going to use this green paint and I'm going to paint the cardboard part. I promise it gets better. Now I'm going to take this green moss from the Dollar Tree. But first I had to check on my moral support. She fell asleep. Aww. I'm going to hot glue the moss onto the cardboard part, and I'm also going to put some into the egg containers. I have these glitter artificial plant thingies that I got from the Dollar Tree. I'm going to take them all apart and I'm going to hot glue them inside the egg containers. I also bought these carrots from the Dollar Tree and I'm going to hot glue those inside the egg containers. Moss bunnies from the Dollar Tree I think are so cute, and I'm going to hot glue those on. One is going to be inside the container and 2 are going to be on the cardboard part. This necklace of eggs from the Dollar Tree, I'm going to take it all apart and hot glue it inside the egg containers. Artificial flowers from Shein. The pack cost about $5 US. I only selected a few of them and I hot glued them inside the egg containers. Now for the finishing touch, the jelly bird eggs from Walmart. I'm going to place these in empty spaces that I see. This is what made the centerpiece fun for the kids. Bonus project, eggshells tea light candles. Dye some eggs or use some eggs that you already dyed for Easter. What you're going to do is break them apart, clean them in the inside. I'm going to be using these tea light candles that I bought from Walmart. I'm pushing them out of the metal holder that they come in. What I'm going to attempt to do is try to fit the candle inside the eggshell and push the candle down to the bottom of the eggshell. That was actually a little bit difficult to do. For the base, I'll be using these toy shapes that my kids don't play with anymore, and I'm going to give them 2 coats of paint. I feel like these would be in an episode of Nailed It if like Nailed It did an episode of crafting. I'm sorry I failed you. You can tell by the original photo that it looks way cooler. I think I know what I did wrong. I made the shells too small. The second time around I know I can do better. There's a cool idea here, and if you want to try it, give it a shot. And I think I'm going to try it again next Easter, and it should be way cooler. This is Gizmo, and she's wishing you a safe and happy Easter.